Israel accusing United Nations agencies of failing to give out the aid in a timely manner. Let's bring in Major General David Fraser, retired, is CTV military analyst, with his take. General Fraser, good to see you on this Monday. Your thoughts, if we can start with that hospital and another Israeli raid on it.
Well, Todd, I think what the hospital says is a couple of things. First of all, it's in sort of mid-northern part of Gaza, and Israel supposedly has already gone through there and secured the area. Well, it's obvious they haven't secured the area, and Hamas now seems to have infiltrated behind them. They've captured supposedly 20 Hamas fighters. So it is indicative that Israel's got some seepage, and they still continue to fight through Gaza, which just adds to the humanitarian crisis. So complexity of war.
Your read on the Israelis saying that, look, Hamas is using this hospital, it's a massive hospital, massive facility, is using it in part basically as sort of a secret military headquarters of sorts, General Fraser.
Well, we've reported on this before that they supposedly there were tunnels there, and I don't doubt what the Israelis have said that Hamas will probably be using, given the number of tunnels that buildings like hospitals to hide underneath. But at the same time, it just forces Israel to be more precise in the application of force to go after Hamas if they are hiding in a hospital. Because they'll have to justify their consequences of why they did what they did after this is said and done. And I think both sides have got an awful lot to answer for. So I don't think there's, blame on one side or the other. I think all sides are to blame for this one.
Obviously, we're also tracking the humanitarian cost of all of this. And now you heard me mention a moment ago about the World Food Program, General Fraser, talking about a famine in northern Gaza as well, and how that sort of plays in to this ongoing military operation in the region.
Todd, it's one of the hardest things to watch every day. I mean, we've got airplanes dropping parachutes with food, which equates to about 2 to 10 trucks. You've got ships coming in that represents 10 trucks. Gaza doesn't need 10 trucks a day. It needs probably 100 to 200 trucks a day. So a lot of the stuff that we're seeing is symbolic. It is not actually meeting the needs of the Gazans, and the commentary that Gazans in the northern part are almost starving to death, I would actually believe a lot of it has to be said there. There's not enough humanitarian aid getting in. Israel's going to have to answer for that one too.
How much hope, if any, General, are you holding out for the possibility of a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas?
Well, the fact that, Israel sent their negotiators and the two sides are now meeting is a good news story. Whether or not that they come off their positions of what they want for a ceasefire, your guess is as good as mine. But, it's more encouraging today that they're actually meeting as it was 2 days ago when they weren't meeting. So we'll have to wait and see. But it doesn't help the immediate plight or the plight for the next week to 2 weeks for these innocent people on the ground. They need humanitarian aid so bad it just defies description.
How soon do you think the Israelis may launch a ground invasion of Rafah in the southern part of Gaza? Because that, again, would seem to be imminent, General Fraser.
Yeah, and as indicated by the very strained relations between the Israeli Prime Minister and the United States, I think the attack into Rafah is imminent. It should be expected any time now. The Israelis are not going to wait. They've got the plans approved. Now I think they're just getting their resources put into place, and they're going to go in. And we'll be talking about, what we're talking about now in the northern part of Gaza and all the fighting that's going to be in the southern part of Gaza. The fighting, once it starts in Rafah, will make it even harder for humanitarian supplies to get in. So this situation is going to get worse.
General David Fraser, CTV military analyst, good to see you as always. Thank you for this today.